that more advanced information. Maybe for some of the new teams out there, they're starting to get their feet wet with online lead generation. They're starting to build their database. Maybe what would you recommend? I know you come from there, so maybe for those more beginner teams that are getting started, what might you recommend to them in these conversations in these call nights?
Use your to-dos.
Yeah, and I have to chime in here because I'm one of those people that I struggle with call reluctance. I can build relationships all day face to face, but every day I have to talk myself into picking up the phone and doing that. So I guess it's so much like you said, how do they work their database? So here at Selectronics, we really focus on, you don't work a database, you work relationships. So every time you dial, you're thinking about, how do I build relationships with those people? And I think if you can break it down on that level and think about, how do I just make them remember me? How do I make sure that they know that I'm going to be somebody they can get a hold of, that I'm here anytime they need me? Make sure that they're saving your cell phone into your cell phone number into their cell phone so that anytime they think about a realtor, anytime they have a question, they can text you, call you, whatever. That's the biggest thing because you want to capture their attention when they're fresh and they're really getting started. So
you basically want to be a resource point for that person, because you can try to close them. Everybody knows what an A buyer is. Well, maybe not for new people. It's somebody that's going to buy within 30 to 45 days. But what she's really alluding to is she wants to be their resource point with questions, information. She wants to be a knowledge base, and so you have to come across as a knowledgeable person in a customer service angle, not a salesy angle. Are you ready to buy or sell a home, right? And just burning through some leads, but slowing down and really listening to them and asking the right questions in the right order and coming from a place of service. And delivering information, and you'll know when the right time is to close or not close.
Right. Sorry, who was that spoke before you, Adam? I missed the name.
Who spoke before me?
Maggie.
Maggie. She's
Maggie.
Yep.
Maggie made an awesome point. Work the relationship, not the database. With these long-term leads, you got to build a relationship. You can't just close the deal. You can't turn it into a sale automatically. So I really love that point.
Well, and one of the things that Boomtown offers to us as far as being a lead-based, system for us to track our leads is when you call and you build that relationship, is you're trying to figure out, are they hot? Are they nurture? Are they watch? And so that really helps you because, like Adam says all the time, follow-up, you win in the follow-up game. That's what you do here.
Right.
So if you don't make that call and you don't build that relationship and figure out kind of where they are, figure out what their pain points are and what you need to do to help them, get the roadmap to home ownership, then, that's the whole point of Boomtown, is so that you can figure out where you are, what you need to do to get them to that point. I've had calls where if I call within 5 minutes when they first register, I called last Monday and I turned in a contract this Monday from that call because they were ready. And I did the whole pre-approval and I got them through that process. Then there are other people that are like, I'm just looking. Okay, great. Well, a lot of the people who register on our website are just looking, and we want to be a resource for you. So let me ask you some questions about where you're at and what made you want to register on the website. So, it's just about how to work through that, and that's what I would suggest for new teams that are nervous about a pre-approval. Just get on there and realize you've got a person on the other end that were motivated enough they registered on the website, and we want to walk you through that process to the roadmap to home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when most people call and they say, I'm just looking, that normally shuts down an agent, especially a new agent. Oh, okay, well, you're just looking. What do you know about the time you're going to buy? And they're like, nope, I just registered. I'm not in the market. Thank you for your time. But if you really embrace that they're just looking, like all of our agents know, when somebody tells you, I'm just looking, like, let's get excited about it. Fantastic. Most people that register on our website are just looking. But here's what I can do for you today. And just start building the relationship and earning their trust. And once you really understand their goals and what they're trying to accomplish, and you have trust with them, the relationship is endless.
That's right. Build that trust.
Well, I think
that's from Steve Harney, right? Build the trust.
Yep.
And when you hear people complain about real estate, you hear them saying that we're not good communicators, we don't always do what we say. So that's where that follow-up is so important, because if you tell them you're going to follow up, you've got to do that. And that's part of the way that you can build trust.
I think you're right. That's awesome.
All right, what's your next question? Come on, let's keep firing them out.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull the group. Hey, y'all.